Treva and Kevin Show.
Welcome, everyone. It's an exciting show. We have so many guests. My dear friend Kevin Kennedy will be coming up. I'm Treva Gordon. I'm your host here. And this is our God Be With You show. I know you know that God is with you. God has watched over you year after year, day by day. And he's so amazing. I've been sharing with you all about a wonderful organization because it is touching lives, and it's called Lending Our Shared Stories Loss. And I met this woman through loss. I never met Barbara Carter. I don't believe we've met. Barbara is my guest. And I met her as she is dealing with her own personal loss. So welcome to the show, Barbara.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And you are also one of our agents of change.
Yes, I am.
So tell us about your story.
Well, I lost my husband 5 years ago, April the 27th. And the tragic part of losing him is 2 weeks later, I lost my great-grandbaby.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I was holding my husband's hand when he passed, and I was holding the baby in my arms when she passed. And I never really had a chance to grieve. I had this mask on my face, and I was trying to be the person that people thought I should be, and I was grieving in silence. And I was working at the election poll, early election.
Yes.
And
thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And this lady walked in, and she had this shirt on. And I was so engrossed in reading her shirt, I forgot what I was supposed to be doing with the machines.
Oh, my goodness.
And so then I apologized to her, and I asked her, what does that mean? And she told me, and I said, I'm looking for someone like that. I'm tired of my mask. I want to be me.
That's right.
I don't want to be who people think I should be.
That's right.
I don't want people to tell me that it's been 5 years, you should be over.
That's right.
Whatever you're feeling,
That's right.
And so I gave her my information, and she gave it to Marla, who is the director of Care Bearers Widow Support.
Yes.
And Marla called me, and we had a great conversation.
Okay.
And then I told her I wanted to meet you. I wanted to know more about the organization. There are so many women out there just like me.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of women out there like
That's
me,
right.
And I wanted the opportunity to be able to talk to somebody that understood me, that understood what I was going through.
And let's talk a little bit about, because we're helping some people today, and we're going to talk about this subject quite a lot, even on the Treva and Kevin show, and I'm grateful for Kevin because I get to talk about it with him and share, because this is a part of our journey, and this journey is till we see Jesus. And it's something, it's a different kind of walk.
It is, and it's hard.
It is.
And people don't realize how hard it is. And the main thing is, like, when I talk to people, they don't understand. I don't want pity.
No.
I don't want you to feel sorry for me.
Please don't.
I want you to accept me for me. See me the way you saw me before my husband died. Because I'm the same person.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to talk to me.
I love that.
Don't be afraid to talk to me. If you're talking about your husband and your husband is still here, and I want to talk about a member of mine, mine's still here too.
That's right.
Because he's here.
That's right.
So don't shut me down, and don't be quiet.
I love it.
And so loss understands that.
We get it.
And see, what people don't understand is pain don't come with a price tag. And there is not enough money in the world that you can pay so you can get rid of the pain.
Yeah.
But when I talk to you and you feel my pain and I feel your pain, then we understand each other and we can get through it.
And what I love about you, at loss we talk about from devastation, because it's devastating, to elevation.
That's right.
And I think about you are a business owner.
Yes, I am.
I mean, were you doing this business before your husband, when he was here?
No.
Okay.
When my husband first got diagnosed with cancer, I worked as a manager for Internal Revenue Service.
Okay.
And so once they diagnosed his illness and he went in the hospital for a stem cell transplant, I retired.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so for 5 years, I was his sole caregiver.
I see.
So my entire time was dedicated to him.
Wow.
And then after he died, because he was the center of my universe,
Oh, come on, girl.
I was lost.
Oh, come on, girl.
So
Come
then
on.
I tried to find ways to cover that.
Yeah.
I shopped, I traveled,
Yes.
I shopped.
Yeah, that's what I
so,
did. Yeah.
And so none of that fulfilled it, you know? And so then I just started asking God, what would he have me to do?
Yeah.
And I went into that place of loneliness and I just prayed and prayed and asked and prayed and asked and prayed.
I love it.
And then the lady walks into,
And there it was.
yeah.
So I thank God. So it means a lot to you. It means a lot to me to have an organization for loss. We just don't cover loss of a spouse. We've had people with pet loss, divorce, financial loss, all self-identity. You're struggling. Now we're seeing a great number of children. Parents are like, hey, my child they went through this divorce with us fighting and my child needs some help. And so the children, the youth are reaching out to us and I can just see this growing. And so I'm grateful for you. And I thank you for lending your story because we're going to have so many. I say, you may not need us now, but you might need us later. And when you need us, we're going to be here. And one thing about loss, we have a 24-hour number. We're so blessed. And you can call that number, Barbara. You can't get a hold of me, but you can call 615-922-7266. So
Anytime,
yes.
lady. I mean, anytime.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what your loss
That's
is.
right.
It doesn't matter that you lost your pet.
That's
and
right.
you want somebody. A loss is a loss.
Yes, even a
And
business.
you're
We have
right.
business owners. I had a business owner call me last night and she says, my business is struggling. She said, I can't pay the bills. I said, well, I'm going to sit down with you and maybe we can come up with some solutions. And we came up with a karaoke night. So we're going to have a karaoke
That's
night.
good.
And I don't want any money. You're not paying me for anything. I'm going to help you support by being there. And I'm going to invite people to come out. And I want you to come too to karaoke. You know how to sing karaoke?
Nobody want to hear me sing. Trust me.
All right, girl.
I will clear the room.
Okay.
I will clear the room.
Well, let's clear it together,
But
girl.
I'm there.
Okay, I love that. And that's the support that we give. So Barbara Carter, I want to thank you
Thank
for
you for
being
having
you.
me.
And you keep shining. Your business is called
Barb's Classy Sassy Jewels.
okay.
And I do live. I go on Facebook. I had to step out my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So if you're available on a Monday night,
Okay.
7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And I love your jewels.
Right.
You're beautiful.
It's $5.
Very classy. Okay, I'll have to talk to you after the show. All right, we're coming up with some more great guests, and Kevin's coming back. Treva and Kevin, thank you, Barbara. All right.
But hello, I'm Kevin Kennedy with the Treva Kevin Show and got some special guests here today. Hello, come in, keeping it all in the family. Isn't it true? All right, introduce yourselves. This is Thornton. Go ahead, tell us.
Thornton Klein.
And he's a great author. I've been inspiring Thornton over the years. And this beside Thornton is?
Mary Elizabeth Jackson.
And Mary also is an author. I've inspired her. Say amen.
Amen.
Isn't it true, Thornton?
Amen.
And this is the lovely Lily. Tell us who you are.
I'm Lily Grace Jackson.
Yeah, and she is an illustrator and a singer, and we've had y'all on the show before, but it's always a delight when you get to come. Now tell us, you're on some new projects, Thornton. What's the new projects?
Well, I'm continually writing books, and songs. But the two things that came out this week, actually three, bonus. The first thing was Mrs. P, Your Hair's on Fire. It's a middle reader book, meeting grades 5 through 8. And I wrote the story. And Lily Grace, did the drawings inside the illustrations.
Wow.
They're lovely.
But tell us this. Now, this is what's amazing about Thornton. You know, I'm a writer too, and I've worked on my work over the years and published 6 books. Hello, come in. I thought that was good. Till you meet Thornton. All right, Thornton. Tell him how many books you published.
Well, I've written 45, but 32 have been traditionally published.
Is that amazing?
And
this man is a computer.
Since
He'll sit
2012. 2012.
down. That is incredible. And see, my work started in '89. So Thornton and I have a lot in common about writing those books. But you know what? Your greatest work is here with Lily. How old are you, Lily?
I'm 16.
16 and already published with her illustrations. Wow, why don't you trade Lily? I'll take her with me. We'll work on some big projects together, and we'll go for another route. She could also...
Do you pay well?
I didn't say that, but I mean, the fame and fortune's worth a lot with Lily.
Well, I believe she's contracted till 2029.
Oh, my
we talked
goodness.
about that, or did you say you'll be 26 or 27 or something?
I don't know.
Right?
That's pretty
You have
good.
to tell everybody.
So, Mary, now tell us, this is your daughter, and so what is she more talented? Writing, illustrating, or singing? Hit it.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Please, tell it.
Seriously, there's talent at all three places.
Yes.
And I'm not just a bragging mama.
Please.
But I really believe in that creative outlet for kids.
Yeah.
And if they can excel in all of them, or one of them, or two of them, I think she's got the opportunity for all three of them to be successful.
I do too. We did a Christmas program at a place, and I still have the video where your sister and you and I sang together, and it was really good.
really good.
I thought it was one of my finest moments, and quite frankly, the girls are so perfect, harmonizing.
harmony
You're
is
really good.
amazing.
So what do you like the best? Singing, writing, illustrating, hitting?
I really enjoy illustrating because that is what I've been doing my entire life.
Yeah.
Out of all three of them, yes.
It's good. Well, I want you to work on the next work with a little inspiration from Kevin. Can you go as far as say on the TV today that it was I that helped inspire you along the journey?
Yes.
I knew she would say that. Lily's one. Back to the subject. Tell us about the books.
Well, the other one is A Novel Life. The book's not actually out yet. It comes out. It drops September 4th. But it'll be out this month, and it's a new adult book. It was written back in 2017. It's based on. It's really funny. It's called A Novel Life. It's a double entendre. Well, I love to do word plays, and so it's really about a kid that has an odd, strange life, and he's the writer, supposedly the writer of the book. He really isn't the writer of the book, but he thinks he's written this book, and he gets a deal in New York publisher. He gets a huge advance in a 60-city book tour. Okay, the other part of the wordplay is a novel, meaning that he is the writer of the novel and he's in the book himself, the protagonist. But what happens is he finds out that somebody else is controlling every move that he makes.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing? And he has deja vu moments a year later when he's out on his book tour, and he also meets the love of his life.
Come on. It's
And
getting interesting now.
Here's the part. You got to read it, though, because he meets the love of his life, and then he finds out that she's the one that he's wrote about a year ago.
Wow.
And something tragic's about to happen to her. And so he pleads with the editor-in-chief of Sheldon House Publishers, Arnold Turnbull, and he won't budge. He says, it's perfect just the way it is. The ending's perfect. And he says, surely you don't believe that, this is going to come true or anything like that. And so he has to take it in his own hands. Carlton is the 17-year-old protagonist in the book, and he has to take it in destiny in his own hands to try to prevent a tragedy from happening that he wrote about.
That's good. Now, Thornton, let's stop you there. What was the inspiration that hit you, said, this is what I'm going to do this? Do you remember?
On this particular?
On that project?
Yes, it was from a dream.
This is good.
I have a lot of dreams. Everybody dreams, of course. And a lot of people don't even remember what they dream.
That's true.
But this was real clear. I woke up with this. It's like
Did you
a
start
film.
writing
and
it down?
I do believe this will be a movie one day, a film, like the one that has coming out, the one I worked with the pickup
I believe
guy.
it. I believe it.
But it's, yes, it all came to me in a flash, and I started writing, and of course, it's got to be God that,
Now, hold it there. Do you record or do you write?
it's all, God blessed me with phenomenal memory, so I do remember a lot of things. I don't really have to.
So you just catch, and when I've gone through that and some of the viewing audience comes in with a great idea, I have a lot of ideas, they come in and they go out. So I keep a pad by my bed,
Yeah,
and
that's
Rhonda
smart.
will say, what are you doing? And I'm writing down an idea. And some of the greatest ideas I've ever had, this is the question. I know it was original, but why didn't I think of that 25 years ago? That's why Lily, and you can learn all this, and you say, hey, did you ever think about this? And then take off. So your relationship here is beautiful. Mentor, mentee. I can't say enough good things about a mentor. And when you seize one, hold on, learn, and it'll inspire you, Lily. And it's really generational because she'll be in a whole nother generation after you're gone that can take your words and they never die, Thornton.
Wow.
And so congratulations on that.
Really,
on that.
It really does.
I have chill bumps too, even when I say that. And Mary, the truth is, Mary's the mother of these girls. They're so talented. They couldn't have had the instruments. They couldn't have developed the talent had they not had a mother that was the driving force. Now, I have lived that my whole life. And so for you mothers, and you say, well, I'd love for my children to get fame and fortune and success. I love for my children to develop their talent. Well, listen, you got the reins in your hands. Take command. And, my oldest son is a doctor, brilliant, 4.0, never made a B. Number 1 in the medical school. He was a bad dude, took after his dad. But the truth is, he came to me and he said, well, I want to stop my piano lessons. He's about 13. I said, son, Daddy really doesn't want you to do that.
Right.
Daddy doesn't. And so, but he did. Now he saw and he made a comeback to her so he can still play. But today, what would you like to say to the viewing audience? We're going to go all three, and I'd like to hear what you got to share with the viewing audience.
For success, for
on
future,
your writing, yes. What would you tell all
my biggest one would be to create your own opportunities.
Okay.
I said that the other day on an interview. Don't wait for opportunities to come your way.
Yeah.
And she saw an opportunity that came your way too. But create them, make them happen.
That's good.
Don't.
I believe it. Mary, you got the floor.
Well, don't wait for things to happen. You got to make them happen. Don't wait. If you want to do it, then go do it as long as it's legal. We have to say that, right?
Yes.
All long as it's legal.
Legal, yeah.
And if you push the envelope too far, come talk to Kevin C. Kennedy. Lily, the one thing you're going to learn from this session, loose lips sink ships. So when they're on you, say you'll have to be referred to legal counsel, Kevin C. Kennedy. Okay, Lily, talk to the viewing audience.
If you have an opportunity, take it. Because one day you might regret it if
Oh, you
don't
will
take it.
regret it if you get the opportunity, don't you? I like that. We talk quite often and use that Latin phrase, carpe diem, seize the day.
Yeah.
So we were here today, and this is one moment in time. We'll look back because we don't know what tomorrow holds. We just know who holds tomorrow. And it's really thrilling to hear your successes. We enjoy and we can just celebrate the success that you got. Amazing. How many books did you say published? 32
as of today.
Wow.
And he's got a new song.
A new song now.
On
A new
pop
song.
radio.
That's on pop radio worldwide release.
Man.
I know.
Say praise the Lord, Thornton. Say it, Lily.
But it's not me. I don't sing. I couldn't sing. I'm not.
Yeah, but you're the
It's
writer.
a new pop artist in Nashville.
Well, that's good. We're out of time. My pleasure to have y'all keep writing, keep singing, keep pushing. I'm Kevin Kennedy with the Treva Kevin Show. See you.
All right, it has been another great show, Treva and Kevin Show. Man, Thornton Klein, Lily Jackson,
It was
Mary Jackson.
exciting. I love
Barbara
to see
Carter.
talented people
Ooh.
go and do and inspire. I feel inspired.
You do?
Yes, absolutely.
I know.
And I wonder about these men who've accomplished so much in such a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
John F. Kennedy, he had a shorter life, but he accomplished all the way to the presidency.
Yes.
And then, of course, Abraham Lincoln.
Absolutely.
And he accomplished, and he was younger than I when he left this world. So what are we going to do with the time that God has given us?
That's a great question, Kevin. What are we going to do? And remember, you may not have a longer time. Some people, their times are short.
Yes.
Some, their time is much longer. But the question is, what do you do with your time?
Amen.
Don't become envious of someone because they have 35 years. But if in that 35 years they didn't do anything,
Come on.
was that a blessing, or was that, something that, maybe they're struggling a little bit?
Well, what I love about this show, it makes us stop and reflect. Even the viewing audience
Yeah.
today says, who am I? Where am I? And what am I going to do for the rest of my life?
And did you hear? That's right. What am I going to do?
What am I going to do?
What that is a great question. What am I going to do with the rest of my life?
And I hear that all the time.
Make a difference.
Y'all know that I've always been
Make a
big on
difference.
goals. I set the goal years ago to own 100 horses. Did I ever hit that goal? I hit it and exceeded it.
Mm-hmm.
Then one time I set a goal to have 100 houses. Did I hit the goal? I hit it and exceeded it. So what are my goals today? I want to be the best man I can for the Lord Jesus Christ. It's a simple formula.
Yes.
Advancement of the cause of Christ. So whatever we do, even when we do this show together,
Yes.
we are advancing the cause of
That's
Christ.
right.
And so make no mistake about it. So there's a lot of different roads we can travel,
Okay.
Tree. We can write books and go to conferences. We can be MCs at all these beautiful conferences.
Yes.
But God uses for your glory. If I'm in the courtroom or at the church house or yes, even in the schoolhouse.
I love
You're an amazing lady.
Thank you.
All those things they brought you through these years prepared you for a day such as this.
a day such as this. And so I thank you so much, Mr. Kennedy. I just encourage all of you who are watching. Matthew 6:33 tells us to seek the Lord. Seek him, put him first. He says, and all these things shall be added.
It's
I remember
true.
once my husband said he spoke to a young comedian and he was chasing his goals. And God said, but if you chase God, the dreams will come.
I believe
the
it.
blessings will
Oh,
come.
amen.
So if you put God first, that which you seek after, you'll find, right?
That's his
and
word.
that's
Absolutely.
wisdom.
Yes.
So, make God your number one choice, and those things will come. I feel that I would not have the things that I have today if it were not for God.
The
And I
greatest
give him the
gift
glory
my
for it.
mother
Come
ever
on.
gave, sister,
Come on.
was she gave me the desire and the knowledge of knowing Jesus.
That's right.
And I've said many times, you've said, well, Kevin, don't leave me in the penitentiary. I think I would have been in the penitentiary had I not had a Christian mother. Why? Because I was smart and I was creative. And you know what, Kevin, you're too smart for your own good.
Wow.
That's where I watch all these criminals that they've got these beautiful criminal schemes, but they end up
That's right.
in jail,
That's the truth.
in trouble,
That's right.
in prison.
That's right.
They're too smart for their own
That's
good.
right. That's right.
It's God's way is still the best way.
And even for people who are watching today, I'm just going to say this. Perhaps you're involved in some things and you're doing some things
We
that
know
you
they
shouldn't
are.
do.
We know they
I'm
are.
just saying, maybe you're not, maybe you are, but things catch up to you after a while. So be
That's so
careful. We have to walk that straight and narrow. There says many that are on that broad road.
Come on.
And it leads to destruction.
It's true.
You have a wife, but you have a girlfriend. You have, not trying to preach, but maybe I am.
Maybe
And so
you are.
Maybe I am. And so, that road is very straight. It's not an attractive road, but it's a straight road. And a lot of times we refuse wisdom. We don't desire the wisdom of God because in wisdom may say, wait. You may want to go out and purchase that home, spend all of your money, and God says, wait.
Yeah.
Will you wait on the Lord? Will you wait? How many years did we have to wait before we had this television show?
Oh, yes.
Had to wait many years. God was still working on us,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And here we are today. And we've been on, and we just give God the glory for all of the shows. We've touched so many people. Remember the veteran that we had? He lost both legs.
I remember it like it
Remember
was
that?
yesterday, absolutely serving our country. We gave him a platform for a world to see. This is truly an
He
American
said he
hero.
saw Jesus. He
did.
said when he stepped on the bomb,
It blew him up.
it blew him up.
Blew both
he landed
legs off.
actually on top of the bomb.
Yeah.
He blew up, and he saw Jesus.
Yes. And we know it's true. He had no other agenda but to tell the truth, what he lived. And he got to live things that you and I didn't live. But we
Wow.
hear his testimony, and we can believe it and know that it's true. What will tomorrow hold? No man knows. What will happen when you walk out this door?
We don't know.
No man knows.
We don't know.
But I'll trust in him.
That's right. So
I'll
give
teach
it to
you
God.
to do the same.
Come on, say give it to God.
I'll give it to God.
Wow. This show inspires me. I get blessed and fed and inspired every time I do the show. When I think about Thornton Klein and the number of books.
32 books published.
How do you write 32 books?
How do you get them published?
32.
Wow, it's unbelievable.
And he says he has dreams. God blesses men and women with dreams
Yes.
and visions.
It's so true. I know I've experienced those, and I got up and said, wow, what does this really mean?
Yes.
And I don't dismiss it. I ponder
Okay.
it. And I've wondered, people have asked me, said, well, Kevin, how did you get this done? And I said, I really didn't do it. God
did
it.
it.
And one of my great cases that I won those big jury trials. And the argument came to me in the last month. Said, well, why wasn't you prepared? Why didn't you already? I said, I was, but God gave me this
Yes.
and showed me. And that was the path that led to the win in the courtroom.
All right, so as we talk about dreams, I remember one time I had, I don't know if it was a dream or a vision, but God had blessed my husband and I in this dream, and we went back to this church, and the pastor said, oh my gosh, you have all these diamonds and fur coats, and I said, I found the key to success, and the pastor said, what is the key? And the pastor said, write it down. What is Sister Treva saying? I said, well, it's not in your stocks and bonds. It's not in your investments.
Amen.
And the pastor said, well, what is it? I said, the key to success is in your tithes and in your offering.
It's so good.
Isn't that awesome?
You can't outgive him.
And the pastor said, is that it? I said, that's enough.
That's it. And
All
that's
right?
more than enough.
That's right. So thank y'all so much. Keep giving. We
God
love
bless
you.
you.